What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to Chill with Pete, and this is a special thank you episode. It's a thank you to many people. First of all, thank you Mr. Nick Beer from the YouTube channel Nick Beer 40k for your wonderful shout out the other day. And I have to say, when I turned my laptop on, the following morning or whatever it was, I was next able to do that. I sat up in bed, I turned it on, I was like, I was sipping coffee, and I nearly spat my coffee out when I saw the numbers. I was like, what's going on? My subscribers have shot up, and P&Q's got loads of questions. What is going on? And I read through some of the comments, and I thought, aha! I suspected it would have something to do with you anyway, because you're a good guy. And so thank you so much for that. Secondly, thank you to all my new subscribers. At the time of recording this, I've got about 80 new subscribers now, so that's just in like 24 hours. I've accumulated about another 80 subscribers. So wow, thank you so much for that. I'm totally blown away by that. Now, I thought I would do a chill with Pete. I'll explain about that. But I'm going to use it that primarily is to say thank you. So I've got a lot of new subscribers. I thought, man, you might want to know a little bit about myself. Obviously, you've seen a little of my channel. So I'm into I have a kind of an eclectic taste in games. There's all sorts in there. But I like a Warhammer 40k. So I suppose that's like kind of the big one in there. 40k and Dungeons and Dragons is another one I love dearly. But I play other games. There's all sorts, like I say, all sorts on there, from Zombicide to Mice and Mystics to Ronin, and my latest one, Strontium Dog, which I'm just getting into. Super fun game. So anyway, I cover a lot of different games. See, I nearly got sidetracked there. So I cover a lot of different games. I live with my wife and daughter in our home here in Plymouth, in the southwest of England. One of my dogs is up here with me now. You'll see them in the odd video now and again, or the odd thumbnail, or cover. I like to include them a little bit. So that's that. So I do that. I'm the real nerd of the family, I suppose. Although my wife and daughter, they both enjoy some of the games, and they're into it as well. We tried. I'm getting sidetracked. No, but suffice to say, we all enjoy Zombicide. That's kind of our family game, I would say, fighting the zombies and that. Like, we love doing that together. That's just a family game night proper. So a bit more about me. Well, I used to work full time for a well-known communications company that get very busy at Christmas time. You can probably work out which one. So I used to work full time for them. I got diagnosed with having multiple sclerosis several years ago, and to cut a long story short, they offered me this medical severance and kind of pushed me to take it. So I did, and it was a really good deal, I have to say. At the time, it was a really good deal. But obviously, money doesn't last forever. So I'm back to working on a part-time basis now. I'm trying to ease myself back into that. So that's what I do. I do struggle with it sometimes. The physicality can be. It's not so much difficult at the time, so much as like up to 48 hours later. So I suffer with that. I tend to yawn a lot in videos. I try to cut out some of the yawning but I'm tired all the time. I can have a good night's sleep like I did last night and wake up dead tired. That's just part and parcel, part of the course for it. But I don't let it bother me. It doesn't bother me only in so much as I used to use Chill with Pete as a platform for making a video. I could do it in my bedroom, nothing fancy, just plug in and go, turn on my laptop and, chat to the world, because that's all I could do. I wasn't well enough to hold a model or paint a model. I couldn't focus properly. Lots of reasons, the pain, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to know about that. The point being, I used to use it to help me focus. And the hobby itself helps me focus. And I know there's a lot of us out there with different problems, and the hobby helps us, and it helps us so much. And I mean, I'm truly grateful for that. So that's a bit about me. My wife is a writer. She likes to write, although she works as well to help, with the bills. But she's on her third book now. Our first one, the first one's out there now. Night of Failure. You can get that, but it is part of a trilogy. So bear that in mind. If anybody buys it, it's book one. In a series of 3, although there will be, she's planning other trilogies as well, and lots of stuff. She's very excited for it. She's a really good writer. I myself, I used to study, when I went to university, I studied English, both literature and language, all the constructs and syntax and everything else. So I know from a say professional point of view, because I've done a bit of editorial proofreading, that kind of stuff before in the past as well. I know good writing when I see it, and she writes well. So most people will say, well, you're biased because you're married. Yes, I suppose I am, but I'm also the sort of person, because of my MS, and I have a certain frontal lobe disinhibition, that if I think something is crap, I will say it is crap. Unfortunately, it's a bit like, when your wife says to you, do I look fat in this? And I'm, because of that, I would say, well, yeah, I'd be brutally honest, although she doesn't. But that's the kind of thing that happens, So with that in mind, if she was to say to me, do I look fat in this? And I say, no, you look great, and she can rely on me. She trusts my judgment. Because I tell it how it is. So when I say she's a good writer, I mean good. And the first book was brilliant, I thought. As a first novel, it's really, really good. The second one, I thought, was a different league altogether. It's like way, way up there. It's phenomenal writing. And now we've got this third one that we're working on. I say we, because she's writing it and I'm editing it. So yeah, we've got that going on. So yeah, if I think something is not good, I will say it is not good. I do have the capacity to put it nicely, I suppose, or nicer. Here we go with it. Excuse me. Yeah, I do have the capacity to put it in a nicer way, but yeah. So it's like with games, if I think something is rubbish, I will have to say, it sounds like on a lot of the stuff I fanboy a lot, but that's because or at least at the time, I'm really into it and I think it's brilliant. I am allowed to change my mind on things, yes, we all are, aren't we? But listen to me, I'm really rambling on now, and that's something I try not to do, at least not in every video. Certain videos it works for. I mean, On the Bench is a rambling series to put on in the background as you paint a hobby, so that's perfect for that. These, yes, I want to be talking, but I want to impart information, so I was telling you about myself. Right, you've told them you got MS. You don't need to go on about it, Pete. Right, okay, talk to myself a lot. See, that's another thing I do, especially when I'm out in the studio. I had with my medical severance, I had a studio built for hobbying and filming, so I was very, very lucky in that respect. Had it built, and there's a whole series of videos actually and I'll put a link to the first one. You can then, or perhaps the playlist, and then you can follow it along, watch how it was built. It's quite interesting, the different stages of building the studio, how we got there, and it was a good project. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I'd say 90% of my 95% of my channel is the hobby related, but there's a very, very small percentage where I do like trips down memory lane. I've got a memory lane section and a random section where I could do different things, and I like to do different things just to get it out there. Like an interview I did recently about one of the bands I used to be in, so I'll put a link to that up there as well, so if you're into that. I used to play in a band. I'm in a duo now, but so I've played live music, love doing that. Met my wife through one of the bands, actually, and that's how we got together, so that's kind of cool. Music brings the world together, literally. And that's another thing I usually do on my tour beats is just show off anything new that comes in. And I got this chappie that came today. This is a Reaper Warlord series model. I've not tried the Warlord series before. I've only ever tried the Bones and the Legends. So this is Mercenary Warrior, and he's going to be for my D&D campaigns, obviously. But I actually got a character in mind I want to use him for, like a special NPC. He's like a wannabe knight or a wannabe paladin. I've got him in mind as he wants to be a paladin. He's a fighter at the moment, but he seeks greater kind of awesome status of being a knight and a paladin one day, and he's just struggling to make his way through the world right now. So that's him. Obviously this isn't the right camera to show him off on, but that is him there. I'll show him off on the other camera, another video, because that's better. Also picked up some cheapy crappy brushes from eBay, which I use to glue my PVA stuff and all that kind of good stuff for the terrain and whatever else I'm doing. That's it, really. That's all I've got for you. I'll try not to ramble on too much, but I just wanted to say thank you so much, everybody, each and every one of you, my subscribers. I think you're all phenomenal. I love having you on board my channel as subscribers. It makes me feel good, and I want to keep making videos for you all, and I will do so to the best of my ability. As you could see if you look on my channel, there's a lot of videos on there now. It's slowed up since I started work, I know that, and I'm aware of that, but that won't always be the case, and especially if my hours change at work or whatever. At the moment, the regular content is now, the P&Q's now monthly, which goes up. Every week I have an On the Bench with Pete, which is the type of video, it's just me sat at my hobby desk painting or hobbying, and I talk about my life and things. It's designed so that you can put it on in the background whilst you hobby or paint, and it just passes the time whilst perhaps maybe we're batch painting a load of orcs, and it can get a bit monotonous, especially if you're painting the same colour for 10, 20 boys or whatever it may be, or just some of the finer points. It's, for me, on a model, there's always certain aspects that I enjoy more than others. I mean, I enjoy all of it, but sometimes I need to, and I seek out this type of video, and I play it, and I listen to the voice, and I'm painting away. And before you know it, hours gone by, and you've painted loads of stuff, and you've got loads of stuff done, and I think that's brilliant. You're just getting it done, and I love that. Then you can play your games with lovely painted models, or you can just look, put them on your display cabinets and whatever else, and they look great. So there's that. chill with Pete's happen whenever, really. Sometimes I do a car cast if I can't do any other type of video. I might film one of those this week as I'm going out to get my wife a Christmas card and my mum a Christmas card. I gotta get those Christmas cards, else I'm dead. Nah, I'm only kidding. But I do want to get them done, and obviously it takes up time out of the day, the spare time that I have. Looking at the clock and now thinking, oh, I've got to get ready soon. Got to go to work, or at least get ready for work. I've done my packed lunch, so that's good. Thank you so much for joining me. I am planning on doing more hobby stuff very, very soon. I've got some stuff in the pipeline, some pictures and footage I've already taken. I want to be doing my... I'm planning on... I've got a playlist called Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm going through some of the monsters from the monster manual. Some of the more common ones that I have experienced when I first started playing D&D. And hopefully I'll have some models for them as well. So and relay some of my experiences of them. Maybe have a look at the stats on them now, and looking at it in 5th edition and all that kind of stuff. And compare it to maybe like the old basics D&D and all that kind of stuff. But that's all for another time. That's just musings. Musings, as it were. Yeah, so check out my playlists. You'll see an absolute ton of them. There's more playlists than I could remember, but a lot of them were like projects or over periods of time. So they started, they ended, and so on. But sometimes I'll go back to them and continue with that playlist. Like, I haven't done a D&D video for quite a while, so this will mark the start of a new series of D&D videos, hopefully. So anyway, I really truly am rambling now, but thanks once again. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I love you all. Thanks once again, Nick. Really do appreciate that, man. Really means a lot, so thank you so much. And remember, all brushes lead to war. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.